So Mayor John Cook has spent most of the past 6 months on the road campaigning for Texas Land Commissioner. His opponent is Republican George P. Bush, the nephew of former President George W. Bush. ABC 7's Darren Hunt caught up with Cook on his way out of town again today. He joins us live with coverage of Your Voice, Your Vote. Darren.
Estella, Cook pulled off an upset for mayor 8 years ago using a grassroots effort. His approach in this statewide election is much the same. And he says although the odds are against him, he won't back down.
Well, I won't back down. I said I won't back down.
30,300 miles is what my odometer had this morning, and we'll be out for the next 3 weeks.
Democrat John Cook, who sang his way into the heart of El Paso, has been singing his way across Texas.
I said, hey, Texas, there ain't no easy way out.
It's all part of an attempt to become the first El Pasoan in the 168-year history of Texas to be elected to a statewide office.
My goal has always been this. Number one, to bring some attention statewide to El Paso, Texas, the 6th largest city in the state. I was determined that I was going to run this race. Little did I know that the Republican candidate was going to be a guy named George Bush.
We can create our own OPEC.
His opponent, George P. Bush, made an El Paso campaign stop last March. The Republican is a former school teacher and Naval Reserve officer. That name and the Republican electoral dominance at the state level make Cook an overwhelming long shot, but he won't be outworked.
I've been to 140 counties out of the 254 in the last 6 months. I've always been the kind of guy who I would rather go out and knock on doors and stay on the telephone asking people for money. And that's what I've done in this campaign.
Riding shotgun the entire way, Cook's wife, Tramp.
Well, I drive, she knits. I've taken her to China, to Moscow, to Dublin, to London. We even spent the night in Paris, and all without ever leaving the state of Texas.
Cook knows his chances of winning in a deep red state are slim. He said in addition to Tom Petty, his philosophy is inspired by baseball legend Catfish Hunter.
He said, winning isn't everything, wanting to is. Never back down, always stand your ground.
Let's just tell them that we won't back down.
Now, if you'd like to meet Cook's opponent, George P. Bush, he'll be in El Paso again tomorrow. His campaign will make a stop from 11:30 to 1 at UTEP's El Paso National Gas Conference Center. Early voting starts Monday, and Election Day is November 4th. Estella?
Okay, thank you very much, Darren. And